Hey everybody out there, you're tuned in to 91.8 The Fan on your web zone computer thingies and your PS PlayStation mabobbers and your thingies. But disregarding that, we have a very special guest on the radio today. That's what this is, I hope. Unless it turned into something else. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Absolutely not.
That's okay. We'll just play 20 questions.
Okay, ready? Go. Oh, yes, of course. My name is Cason. I'm a voice actor and ADR director and writer for a few different companies, but most specifically for Funimation Entertainment. And, I guess I would be known for things like Gluttony and Full Metal Alchemist, or Mr. Popo and Chen Shinhan in Dragon Ball Z, and Holy Roman Empire in Hetalia, and Taru and Sergeant Frog, and different creatures like Jack the Ripper and Soul Eater, and blah, blah, blah. You get the idea.
I do indeed, and I heard that one of our staff members caught up with you at AAC. How was the convention?
Well, it was a blast. You know, it's got a very special place in my heart because I've been going there now for 3 years in a row. This is my third year, and I just love the people who run it, and I love the fans up there, and so that's always going to be a very special con to me.
And now, I was told by my staff member that you are actually a part of a trio, a lost luggage trio. Could you elaborate onto what that is?
Well, yeah, I mean, everybody, all different cons, everybody asks, tale of con horror. They want a horror story. And mine has to do with a particular con that took place in California earlier this year. Long story, hopefully made short. We were there at a con, and we got back to Dallas, but our luggage did not. And that we left on Sunday night. We didn't get our luggage till I believe it was 9:45 p.m. on Wednesday. And even though they assured us it would come back the night after, and each piece of luggage was insured for thousands of dollars, and they were each insured for $100 each. So we just got really lucky. But that was just the tail end of a very sketchy convention. Without naming names, it was. That was, I'll put it this way, at the end of this year I will have been to quite a few conventions, and that one was the only one that was in any way not good.
Well, I can understand that. I have a few con stories myself, but I mostly have problems at the airports. That's where most of my horror stories come from.
Oh, yeah, well, I've missed flights. I missed a flight to Alaska once, and I thought I had to stay the night in the airport, and then Wendy Powell, a friend of mine, a very close friend of mine actually, she rescued me. She, at that time, lived fairly close to DFW Airport here in Dallas, and she rescued me, and I conked out on her couch for about an hour or two, and then went right back out to the airport. So she saved. We ate first, I conked out, and so she rescued me. But other than that, it's been pretty smooth.
Very nice. I mean, when I was in Anaheim for AM Squared, and we also went a little bit to Anime Expo as well, me and the other co-owner, Zachary, we were actually waiting for our flight back to Las Vegas, and they were saying that the plane was too full, and we already had our tickets, but they're like, we'll put you on another flight. You can volunteer, and we'll give you your money back and an extra $100. And we're like, us, we're like racing to the front because, I mean, who doesn't want their plane ticket back?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of I have a lot of friends, a lot of funny airport and airplane stories. I have some rituals now where, the movie Up in the Air with George Clooney, not that I'm in any way comparing myself to him, but the character he played reminds me of how I am now because I really like airports. I like the fact that the little bottles and everything in an airplane, they're very small. I like people watching. I even like airport food. It's weird. And my new ritual is I have at least one Bloody Mary either on the plane or at the airport. I don't even drink Bloody Marys, but for some reason when I'm there, I just do, and it's weird. I can't. Medical science has not yet been able to figure out what's wrong with me, but I'll figure it out.
Well, I can understand that. I mean, I just love the thrill of traveling, even if it's a bunch of waiting. I'm okay with that. I just want to go somewhere else. My room is, dark and damp in a cave, so.
Yeah, I mean, it's been great. I also love traveling too, and it's been great so far.
Well, do you have any conventions that are left remaining in 2011, or is everything for 2012?
I've got two more for the end of this year. I have one called ShadowCon with no W, SHADO Con in Tampa. I believe this is their second year, and it's over the weekend of November. Oh gosh, I hope I get it. Something like the 12th, or I'm not sure what the day is. 12th or 14th-ish weekend. I hope
The
I said that
Veterans
right.
Day weekend? Could that be it?
Yes. And the weekend after that, there is Bonsai Con. I think it's also a second-year con in beautiful Padre Island, Texas, the weekend right after that, which I think is I guess it would be the 18th weekend of November. And that's a lot of fun. And you know, a lot of people said, oh, Padre Island, you live in Dallas, no problem, right? I said, Texas is huge. I need a plane for that. So it's so far away that I still need to fly down there, but it's really pretty out there.
Well, see, I've never been to Texas myself, but I hear the weather is really similar to Vegas, so I kind of just pretend I'm in Texas sometimes. Wear a cowboy hat.
Well, actually, first of all, I've seen some cowboy hats worn in Nevada, not necessarily Vegas, but I would disagree because there's some humidity out here. There's a lot more dampness in the air, not as much as maybe Houston or certainly New Orleans or Orlando, but there is some humidity. So it's a different kind of heat. Nevada, Las Vegas has a dry heat, which I actually might prefer, although it does get up to, you know, I think I went to Hoover Dam once. It was something like 120 degrees.
Oh, God,
so that's
yeah.
really hot.
That sounds normal in summertime. Ching.
Yeah, someone asked me what 110, hold on a second. You guys hear that? There's a siren out here.
Oh, we don't actually.
It didn't happen. I think it was something like, someone asked me what it was like to have 105-degree weather. And I said, just anything over 100, it's just really hot. And this year, where I live in Dallas, we had over 67 days straight of triple-digit weather.
Sounds like fun. That's all I'm going to call it.
Oh, my gosh. It was, yeah. Well, it just felt like you opened your door and there was just a big hairdryer in your face. But, and you know, like I said, I wish I at least had a really cool tan to show for it, but I don't.
Well, is there any locations that you'd really like to be invited to? Any place that you've never been invited to and you'd be like, wow, it'd be neat to go there?
Well, this year I was lucky enough to be able to go to Ireland for a convention there, and I've never traveled that far. I mean, I've been to Mexico and Canada, but never out of North America. And so it was really cool to meet the Irish fans and stuff. And there are actually, I think, 6 conventions, anime conventions in Ireland alone, and a lot of them have American guests come over. So that was really cool to me. And also, my mom's maiden name is McCutcheon, so I'm half Irish anyway, and it was just really, really amazing. But as far as places I'd like to go, I like to go everywhere and anywhere I can. I really enjoy travel for the most part. But I would love to see, honestly, I think I would love to go to England, and I'm very fascinated to visit Australia. I would love to go to Australia.
Oh, watch out for those kangaroos.
Yeah, and the platypus and all kinds of, they have a lot of really dangerous animals out there, and I'm ready to go.
Well, I think with that, we're going to take a short break here on 91.8 The Fan, but don't go anywhere because our special guest isn't either.
Swan Dive. Hello, fanatics. Look at the fan. Now back to me. Now back at the fan. Now back to me. Sadly, you're not with me, but if you stop using MSN and Yahoo and change to our IRC chat, you could be with me. Look down. Back up. Where are you? You're in our IRC with the fans of things you like. Look in our chat. Now back at me. I have it. It's a mod kicking those 2 people you hate. Look again. The mods are now maids. Anything is possible when you use our IRC chat and not a messenger. I'm on a wolf's.
Hey everybody out there, you're tuned in to 91.8 The Fan. I still have my special guest here. I didn't have to, tie ropes around him to get him to stay to the chair. He stayed of his own free will, kind of surprised. Would you like to reintroduce yourself to the listeners out there?
Yeah, okay, sure. Yeah, I'm apparently chose to stay tied to this chair, this virtual chair. And my name is Cason. I'm a voice actor and ADR director and writer for Funimation Entertainment and some other stuff like video games, and I might be known best as, let's see, Gluttony and Full Metal Alchemist, and Holy Roman Empire, and Hetalia, Mr. Popo, and Shin Shinhan, and Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball Kai. Oh gosh, who else did I say? Taru and Sergeant Frog, and various characters like Jack the Ripper, for example, and Soul Eater, Miyamoto, and M1, and Yu Yu Hakusho, and all kinds of good stuff, and there you go.
And now, if we could take a time machine, go 88 miles per hour in the DeLorean, could you explain to us how you got involved into acting or anime? Like, what was the first step to get you interested in that?
Well, when I was a kid, I watched a lot of, I was just a kid eating a bowl of cereal in front of the TV after school, and I didn't know, I ate cereal before and after school, and I didn't know they were from Japan. I just knew they were really cool. And I was watching things like Star Blazers, Voltron, Robotech, G-Force, Battle of the Planets, and I knew that they were really amazingly animated and that they weren't funny like Bugs Bunny and Tom and Jerry, which I also really liked. And I just didn't make the connection. And then later on, jump to how I got started with Funimation. The short answer would be I was an actor living in Dallas, and Funimation was literally built in my backyard. Well, not literally, but was built in my backyard.
That would be like Disneyland in your backyard. Anime fans everywhere would be jealous.
Well, yeah. Well, you were just recently talking about your trip to Anaheim, so I know what you mean. It was the kind of thing where I was a local actor, and I had a friend of mine who said, hey, they're making, actually what he said was, hey, they're making cartoons in Fort Worth, you should audition. I did. It was a lot of fun. And I went into this building, and I just auditioned for this show I wasn't really familiar with a bunch of weird-looking characters. And, and I auditioned to the best I could, trying to come up with voices for them. And then I left and went home and had lunch and thought, well, that was weird. And then about a week later, I got a phone call. Hey, you got 2 parts in a show called Dragon Ball Z. One character is Mr. Popo, one is called Shin Shinhan. And I said, okay, cool. So I just came in and started recording that. And at the time, I didn't think it would go anywhere or be anything. And it was in a little bank building in the middle of nowhere in Texas, and I just thought, yeah, whatever. This will be fun for a while. It'll be over. Boy, was I wrong. I had no idea what it was all about in the beginning, but it grew and grew and grew. So that's the story. And by the way, the friend who tipped me off about it, his name is Mike McFarland, and he, of course, got the part of Master Roshi and Yajirobe and a bunch of other characters and went on to direct and still voice act. So I think it was just a case of knowing the right person and then being ready when the opportunity came.
Well, I'm sure the popularity of that show was really surprising.
Absolutely. I didn't know at that time, for example, it was even going to be on TV at all. I couldn't tell what was going to happen. And, it's also funny. For every character that you hear a voice actor get, there are quite a few that they didn't. And I think it would be a really interesting topic to discuss all the characters that a lot of your favorite voice actors didn't get. I know for a fact that when I auditioned for DBZ, I auditioned for, we all did. We all auditioned for Goku, Krillin, all these different characters, and it's just funny, who got what and why. It's really interesting.
Well, a fan should do that one day, just swap all the voices and try and make sense of it.
Yeah, that would be really interesting.
And so from there, did you start with directing, or were you cast in more shows? What was after that?
Yeah, I was cast in some stuff after that. I think at that time there were very few directors up there. I worked on Z, and then I think the thing they started doing very soon after that was Yu Yu Hakusho, and I was a character called Miyamoto and M1 of M1, 2, and 3. Miyamoto eventually made it to at least 1 or 2 video games that were done under the Yu with the Yu title. And then after that, it just sort of grew and grew. I did Yu, then I worked a little bit on Blue Gender, which they did, and then I worked as Shu or Shao, the Ninja Dog in Dragon Ball. I was Raid Shinron and a bunch of other dragon characters in GT. And just as they started doing more, I started doing more. And then, I just was tapped on the shoulder and was asked to direct one day because I was really interested in, just expanding what I could do. And I think that was, let me think. I guess it was 2003, maybe. I think that's when I directed my first thing. So it's been a while.
Well, now you mentioned video games, and I know video games have really exploded in LA, but has it been easier with technology to audition for those in LA, or are they coming to Texas, or how is that working?
Well, I think there's a really great direct line between anime voice acting and video games. I think you'll find a lot of what I would call cross cross pollinating of those actors because one lends themselves to the other so well. I just did a video game earlier this year in LA. I auditioned though from Texas, and they liked it, and then I flew to LA to do it, and it's so cool. The game that I'm comes out next year. It's the biggest part I've ever had in video games or anime. It's a huge part. It comes out next year. It's a very big title. I can't wait to talk about that. And then there's been some stuff I've done through Okatron 5000, which is Chris Abbott's company, and I've been able to work on, a really cool title. I'm actually hoarse right now from screaming, fighting in a game that was just done out here. I recorded that Monday. It's Wednesday, so I'm still a little hoarse from that. It's a big title. But yeah, I got to work on Donkey Kong Country and the Ghostbusters game, and got to play guitar on Guitar Hero 3, and all that stuff was here. So, but it's true. In terms of video games, they're doing even more in California, but they're doing quite a few here in Texas as well, which is great.
And now, is there any projects, video games, anime, or otherwise, that have recently come out that you want the fans to know about?
Yeah. The most recent thing that I did that I'm really proud of is the Sengoku Basara as Hanbei. I play villain Hanbei, and I think it was really fun. I love playing villains. They usually have the best lines, and he's no different. He's very cool, and that would be the most recent thing I can talk about. So yeah, check out that series. It's really good.
Now, are there any places on the interwebs where, people can write on your web zones, like Facebook or Twitter, and either send you messages of encouragement or find out any updates with anything that comes out in the future?
Oh, yes. There is a fan started a page on Facebook called Chris Cason's Anime Chuckle Hut. Long title. And if you go to Facebook and you go under pages, you'll see my smiling face welcoming you in. So all you have to do is click like, and boom, there you are. You're a member of the Chuckle Hut. I'm on there all the time. I'm posting pictures from cons and my travels, and it's been a lot of fun. So yeah, I'm on there a lot actually.
Awesome, and I hope that a lot of the listeners out there will go look for that and spam you in a nice way, nice way.
Yeah, bring it. I look forward to it.
And is there anything else that you'd like to tell the listeners out there?
Well, I guess I would just say, thanks for watching. And because I'm a fan, you guys are a fan, and the only difference is I've actually been able to participate in the production of the thing that we all think is so cool. And so I would just say, yeah, thanks for supporting anime and video games. And, it's just been an amazing I just feel very grateful for what I get to do, and it's been an amazing ride, and I wouldn't change it for anything. So thanks a lot, guys.
And now, since we're nearing the end of this interview, I was wondering if you'd like to participate in a 91.8 The Fan tradition.
Does it involve pain or food or being strapped to a chair? What is going to hurt?
There is no pain unless you're really self-conscious about bloopers, but we ask if you'd be willing to do a radio bump for us.
Oh, well, no, believe me, bloopers, I've made tons of mistakes. Let's do it.
All right, awesome. We were wondering if you'd be able to say, my name is, I do this. You can put characters, that you're an actor, ADR director, whatever you want to put there. You can just go crazy. And you're tuned into 91.8 The Fan.
Okay. I can do that.
Whenever you're ready.
Okay. Hey, everybody, this is Chris Cason. I'm an ADR director, voice actor, and writer for Funimation Entertainment. I'm probably best known as Gluttony from Full Metal Alchemist, Mr. Popo, and Tien Shinhan from DBZ and DBZ Kai. Holy Roman Empire from, wow, that's it. Holy Roman Empire. Look at me, I'm forgetting. There's the blooper you wanted.
Well, now we get to laugh at it in a nice way.
It's a show called Italia, guys. Now, that was awesome. Now, see, that's just proof that it happens all the time. But I'm going to do it over, and it's going to be great. What's this, everybody? Hi, everybody. This is Chris Cason. I'm a voice actor, ADR director, and writer for Funimation Entertainment, and lots of really cool video games, too. You might know me best as Chen Shinhan and Mr. Popo from Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball Z Kai, Gluttony from Full Metal Alchemist, Holy Roman Empire from Italia, Taru from Sergeant Frog, and, what else? A bunch of other stuff. So, I'm here to tell you that right now, you're tuned into 91.6 The Fan.
Very close. If we could get you to do the end
It's 91.8, isn't it?
Yes, it's 91.8, The Fan.
Guys, this is a revolt. I'm trying to tell you subconsciously I don't want to do it, apparently. Oh, my gosh, this is great!
Well, if it makes you feel better, everyone usually switches the numbers, but I think you're one of the first ones to insert a new number.
Yeah, I think what it was is I think it just rolls off the tongue better with 6, guys. Okay, let me really do it. Okay. I'm going to write this down because I don't want to do that again. It's 91.8.
Yes, 91.8, The Fan.
You know, you'd think that after talking to you for 30 minutes, I'd get it right. Okay.
Whenever you're ready.
Hello, everybody. Oh, I'm ready. Okay, I'll do it again. Take 4. Hello, everybody. This is Chris Cason, and I'm a voice actor and ADR director and writer for Funimation Entertainment and all kinds of cool video games. You might know me best as Gluttony from Full Metal Alchemist, or Holy Roman Empire from Italia, or Mr. Popo and Chen Shenhan from Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball Z Kai. And I want you to know that right now you are tuned into 91.8 The Fan.
Look at that! Successful! Congratulations!
Oh, yeah! The sweet smell of success. Even though it took a while, oh, man, that's gold. That was gold. Golden.
It is, because we've had plenty of bloopers, but that was one of the most entertaining ones.
Well, I want to entertain any way possible, so I messed up, that's fine. I love bloopers, and if you want to see some really funny bloopers, my favorites, the Negama Season 1 bloopers are some of my favorite bloopers ever, and not just because I was in it. I thought those were so funny.
Well, we'll make sure to check that out, and thank you so much for this. This was a lot of fun.
Okay, great. I had fun, too. Thanks.
And for anybody out there that missed any of this interview, don't fret. It'll be on the website within the next few days, so keep it tuned to 91.8 The Fan, everything you want and nothing you don't.